Ooh. Hello and welcome back to Anti-Depressing. This is a show where we talk about everything from liturgy
to Lexapro. Hello, friends.
Ooh.
You know, we're recording, and we can't emphasize enough how much we're doing this for you all because we love you guys.
Seconds being like, this is for you.
Yeah, we love you guys. We love what we talk about. And we love this podcast so much so that Jasmine has not slept in almost 10 years. And she's here.
10 years.
Yeah, she's here for you all.
Because
of this, because of this podcast and the beautiful little baby humans that she has. Yeah. She has not slept in a minute, but she's here for you all. And we're here. And let's get it started. And firstly, I think to kind of get our brains going, first I want to ask, like, how the heck are you?
I'm doing so good. We were just talking before we push play on this episode about how the Grammys are already this Sunday. And I'm a little in shock because truly, you guys, like, life has gotten away from us. Like, we didn't even tell you guys, like, our Spotify Wrap from last year. Mm-hmm. But essentially, it was the same, right? Chanel was very eclectic. Mine was mainly children's music. And now it's already the Grammys. I just feel like time is flying. It's going to be February in, like, 4 minutes. And I just don't even know. But I'm pumped for award season. I just love it. I love it. It's giving Hunger Games in the craziest of ways. It's giving Capital. We are all the way deep in the districts.
We are deep in the districts. Yeah. Because meanwhile, I went to Aldi the other day and they increased the price of like their cheese puffs. And I was like, you got to be joking.
Not the cheese puffs. They cannot come for Aldi.
So I was like, you got to be kidding me.
First, they came for Walmart.
Yeah, but then Kim Kardashian's like, I just wish people would buy my Skims. I just wish that. And I'm like, girl.
And then we're like, who's going to win this Grammy? Billie? Is it going to be Billie Eilish? Is it going to be Chapel? Who's it going to be? Like, this is our society at its peak right now. And I
love to live in it.
I do love it. I'll watch it.
Because if you don't laugh.
And then we're like, look at what they're wearing, just like at the Cap. It's like so crazy. That movie, was ahead of its time.
Look at what they're wearing.
Meanwhile, what they're wearing.
You like your kids are having bread and water for dinner, and you're like, look at what they're wearing, so elegant. You know, it's just like,
look at that you guys, $40,000 dress.
The people listening are like, hey, this just got real depressing. But don't worry.
On the depressing. But watch the Grammys because it will be fun.
Word.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Grammys are going to happen. The Oscars are. It's all coming. So we're excited about that this Sunday. Love the pop culture moment. There's always something going on. Always something weird at the Grammys.
There's always something weird going on. Yep.
Was it the Grammys or something else? No, what was it that guy hosted last year that he just like missed the mark on everything?
I literally think it was the Oscar. Was it the Grammys or the Oscars? Where that guy, I know exactly what you're talking about. Where it was just like horrible. I can't remember.
Yeah, he like was a horrible host. So here's to hopefully the hosts being good for everything. That's always, I feel like whoever hosts and their tone can kind of make or break a situation. Also a very intense time for there to be awards with like the LA fires. I feel like there's just a lot happening. A lot happening in LA right now for most of those people to not be attending this award show and being like, anyways, music.
Music. And also, I feel like the same people that we were like, these people are nominated for Grammys. Weren't these the same people last year? I feel like
there hasn't been a lot of like new. I mean, I guess there's always the category for like new artists.
No, but like a bar song by Shabuzi. I promise you, we talked about that like 5 months ago.
Yeah, wait, what is that? Is that nominated for? Oh well, we talked about these when they were announced.
Yes.
Yeah. We talked about them when they were announced.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah. It was announced. I mean, it's announced like in, I don't know, November or something.
Word.
We talked about these before. Yeah. Are you losing?
Because I was like, Didn't I just?
No, because we had to like research what record versus album was.
Word. That's why I was like, what the heck?
Informed.
Yes.
Podcast.
So for everyone listening, Chanel's brain is working at half speed. I forget.
We're really
that they
doing
announce,
so good.
I forget that they announce things before things happen.
I know. Well, actually, right before we started recording, I was like, I can't believe we haven't even talked about the Grammys. No, we literally did. We
literally did. That's
Everyone
okay.
listening is like, you guys.
That's okay, because we're gonna get our brain moving a little quicker.
Everything's gonna be great. But first, you have to tell us how you are.
Oh, great. Life is life and doing great.
Great.
Couldn't be better. So anti-depressed.
That is the tone of a person who is telling the truth. So good job.
That is the tone of someone who is lying. So I'm happy to be here. But I am doing well because I did watch a couple episodes of Pop Culture Jeopardy, and it was hilarious.
Was it everything you wanted it to be?
It was very
How do
good.
I watch this? I think we
really
talked about this
It's
too.
on Amazon Prime.
Okay,
and
I'm going to watch it.
I honestly think that we could win it. Like, as I was watching, I was like, these are pretty basic
you
questions.
Could definitely win it.
No.
You think I could?
I'm going to ask you some questions right now.
Okay.
I think. Okay, so.
No, I don't know people's names, though. So try.
No.
Okay, be nice.
I think you can do it. Okay. All right, so here you go.
Okay.
So this category is bet you forgot they dated.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know.
You probably need a photograph to remember that Avril Lavigne was with this star.
Is it someone from Nickelback?
For 3 years. Someone from Nickelback. The main guy from Nickelback. See?
I don't know his name.
You got it.
But is there selections? I might have known if there was like 4 options.
No, there was no options because it's Jeopardy. You just have to be like.
So someone from Nickelback probably wouldn't have done it.
Guy from Nickelback for 600. So you literally did it. See? So I'm going to hit you with another one.
Yeah, photograph helped.
This one's called Photographed Helped, right? So that's why I'm like, we can totally
they really give these hints, yeah.
Yeah. Disney princesses in therapy.
Oh.
Okay.
I love this.
So you'll have to name each princess.
Okay.
And here we go. So
this is so fun.
Are you fulfilling your own culinary dreams or in thrall of your father's? Maybe the new ride about you will ease your burden.
Tiana, I knew that from the beginning.
See? Like literally what the heck?
This is so fun.
Okay, so and I'm like, you literally will kill this. Okay.
I could do this category.
Disney princesses in therapy for 400. Here we go. Mommy issues and a lifetime of isolation will not be solved
Tangled.
by a drastic
Rapunzel.
by a drastic haircut. Yes, you got it. Exactly. All right.
This is the most fun I've had.
Literally, you got it. Okay.
While.
Here's you won't find it on a map. Okay. So
I don't know about that.
There you go. No, I think you got it. Okay. Me, a princess? Shut up, is how Mia Theropoulos responded upon learning she's a princess of this
Are you serious?
See? She didn't even... Jasmine?
Amazing.
A Jeopardy master? All right.
Regular Jeopardy? Don't know.
Girl.
Couldn't do it.
Regular Jeopardy? Absolutely not. Heartthrobs for 12,000.
Okay.
Fans of the Amazon Prime video series are rooting for Team Jeremiah, just like Belly does in this series.
Oh my gosh, I almost just said to all the boys I loved before because I just watched XO Kitty, and I am... Oh my gosh, no. Don't tell
Jasmine,
me.
no.
No, because I love this. Conrad, Jeremiah, Belly, and why can't I think of the name? This is my sleep deprivation giving me. No, because I love this show. Oh, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Okay. Oh my gosh.
I was going to be like, I've literally watched that at your house.
No,
we have to watch
pride
this.
myself on watching this show. It is such a good show. It's such a good show.
I'm going to hit you with 2 more.
Okay.
In a pivotal scene in the Lizzie McGuire movie, Isabella asks this Roman to sing to her.
Sing to me, Paolo.
And it's not real if you don't say it like that. Then you haven't actually like watched the movie if you do not say it like that.
Yep.
Wonderful. Let's see if we have like one more. Let me hit up one more. But this show is amazing and people should watch it.
So regular people are on it. But it's about celebrities. It's about pop culture. Okay.
Yes. And it's just like so not hard, which I'm like, maybe that's just kind of like
I know, it's kind of the fun
our knowledge, because aren't you better at it than you thought?
Yeah.
So here we go. Okay. All right. A viral 2018 tweet told of how a teen clenched her teeth so hard when she was shirtless on screen, when he was shirtless on screen, that she bit her retainer in half.
I do not know this, but this is very funny.
Who is Michael B. Jordan?
That's hilarious.
And honestly, yeah. Honestly, word.
Honestly, yeah.
That's heartthrobbs for 1,200.
Valid. That is heartthrobs for 2 million.
Who is Pedro Pascal? Yes. Who is anyone beautiful? Got it. Okay.
Who is Chanel for you, Chris Evans?
Who is Chanel's everything?
Chanel's
all right.
Love
Heartthrobs for 800. I'll hit you with a daily double.
Okay.
In this famous teen rom-com, Hilary Duff dated other teen heartthrob in Cinderella remake.
Oh, who is that actor? Is it it's not Chad Michael Murray, or it is Chad Michael Murray?
It is absolutely Chad Michael Murray. Chad Michael Murray for 400. Cool. Literally got it, girl. Yes.
Because Chad Michael Murray is everything. Have you seen that thing that was like, maturing is realizing that Chad Michael Murray is still it. He is
still it. He actually still looks good.
No, I know. He's aged with every season.
The latest movies he's been in have been weird.
Aren't they weird? Yeah.
They are weird, but he is very good. Also, speaking of you eating a snack, I forgot to fill this with water. But this is so crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely supposed to have mine out here.
No. It's okay because I'm thirsty. I have no water in this.
I should put a Fio sticker on the back of this. So then I have
Fio.
Fio for life. If you're not listening on Fio, do it.
Do it.
Start listening on Fio.
That's
now you can share our episodes on there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all good things. I also, if people haven't listened to, remember you guys a million years ago, we had our friends Flynn on this.
Oh.
Their whole album is out on everything now, but it's always been out on Fio. So
check it out.
Hit it up for all your
short plug
listening ear candy needs. It's there.
Yep. So that is our little brain
how we're
activity. That's our brain activity.
We had to get things going.
This episode.
We had to get a little boost. Maybe you needed one too.
Yeah, and I feel like
that's
now
how I'm getting the brain juices flowing.
I'm kind of itching. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready.
I'm kind of ready to dance.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do
Our brains have moved, now our bodies must move. If you want to move your mind, you got to move your body. Okay, ready? Set?
Mm-hmm.
So loud. Ooh, yeah, we're doing it.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're doing it. What's happening?
All right, so
hit us with it, Chanel.
First story, we're going to talk about the fact that High School Musical premiered 19 years ago. And it has us feeling, has me, has you, has all of us feeling a bit nostalgic for some Disney Channel originals. And I was floating down the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland. I was floating down, and I found this article talking about 9 Disney Channel original movies that you should rewatch. And I just feel like we should give them their due as we kind of reminisce on the impact that these had in our lives. Number 1 is Brink.
We just rewatched that not that long ago.
Yeah, and Brink is very good.
Iconic, yeah.
Very sporty, very iconic. The evil guy in it was one of my first crushes besides Max Goof.
You have such eclectic taste.
I do. I have that's what it is. It's eclectic. It's very therapeutical for you to say, if that's a word.
There's a lot to diagnose here. There's a lot to break into.
It is a lot to break into. That would take more time. So Brink, and then we have Smart House, which also...
That one changed my childhood.
Iconic. Tell me how.
And my adulthood. I think... when you think about where does me being anxious come from, I think Smart House really did play a role. Was that house going to come alive? Was it going to throw me out? It's deep. But I did often just wake up being like, how much better would my life be if there was just like a smoothie being made for me right in front of here? If there was oranges just coming up from the table. if there was like a vacuum that was just kind of automatically sucking things into the floor. Like that movie was, I mean, just like graphically incredible. It was
incredible. And the fact that they were like, we can just be at the beach like right now. And then they were like,
no, like, do you want to golf? I guess
yeah,
they're
like, we're just going to kind of learn this dance to impress our crush. Like that movie had everything. Crazy. It had everything. And it had Smoothies. You know what is crazy?
Beach. This movie came out in 1999 and like, you guys, that was 26 years ago. And I really, as a child, was like, oh yeah, this house is crazy, but like it's fine. Our houses are going to be like that when I'm old. And like, we haven't done enough.
We haven't done enough because
we've invested our time in the wrong things.
The way that they proposed it was that full house size screens would be a like poor man's choice.
Yeah, that's like standard operating procedure.
Absolutely not.
It's not.
The closest that I've gotten to that is I can't even say her name too loud, is my Alexa. From like 2014.
Yeah.
That I asked to play Spotify sometimes and she's confused about what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy? The only thing we developed from Smart House is the worst feature in the house, which is that she's always listening. She talks back and she goes crazy. We developed something that listens to us and talks to us, but we didn't do any of the cool stuff that the house did.
So much so that they did a study. Did you see this? They did a study on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT actually defended itself from being deleted. Isn't that scary?
No, this is what I'm saying. We literally invested time, money, and resources into the worst part of Smart House, and we're like, we did it. It's the future. I was like, all we wanted was smoothies that would just make when you asked for a smoothie. All we wanted was smoothies
and to go to the beach, like in my house.
And you did the wrong thing. Unfortunately, and like the vacuum, the self-cleaning home. Give me that.
Doesn't your mom have like a vacuum that comes out of a wall?
It's a vacuum that comes out of the wall and then like you vacuum, which is super cool too. But also like the floor like ate the dirt in Smart House.
That was
like,
pretty cool.
I
mean, besides like the house actually turning out to be like an evil witch at the end.
Yeah, that was
like,
crazy.
It was like really something. So
yeah, it was.
So you guys, Smart House. Take on that. No, that was a good take. So we have Smart House, and then we have The Color of Friendship, which my family used to make my sister and I watch this movie every time it came on. It was about the apartheid. It was just about like, it was super intense. Young white woman moves in with black people.
Yeah.
She learns about racism. It was just a lot. And yeah, my dad, every time it came on, would be like, we're going to watch The Color of Friendship. And
like, here we go.
And I was like, all right. And honestly, yeah, it was a good movie. But honestly, maybe this is why I just kind of... maybe this is why I have anxiety. I don't know. They also, I don't know. They also just like kind of it was like very intense. She like, I remember she said like the N-word like twice in it, you guys. That's how intense that movie was.
Yikes.
Like, it was a weird watch.
I don't know.
It was a weird watch.
And that was just like airing like 8/7 Central. Here we go. This is just
like
on at night.
And I remember watching it, and hop in the comments if you were traumatized by The Color of Friendship, hop in the comments, because I remember watching it and her being like, black people are nannies, and like, what? And then the black family being like, what are you talking about? And then me being like, huh? It was just like a lot.
Yeah. I mean, when you came out, it was good. When this movie came out, you were 7.
Yeah.
So it's like you're learning about this very
the
intense
apartheid.
Stuff, and you're like, wait a second.
So it was intense.
That's
but you know, now as I'm older, I'm like, hey, it's like a good movie for a child that like is able to comprehend, which maybe 7 was too young. And maybe
it was too young.
Speaking of ethnic films, Disney was really on her grind because she came out with The Color of Friendship, and then she said, how about The Luck of the Irish? I gotta come out with something for my whiteys. Okay, so she came out with Luck of the Irish.
It's so good.
And remember at the end of The Luck of the Irish, remember at the end of The Luck of the Irish, they sang, this land is your land, this land is my land.
That was wild.
I don't remember why they did that. Because
it was like cultural appreciation day at their school. Why do I remember this? And they were
because
celebrating.
wasn't his friend like indigenous or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, my culture is so important to me. And he was like, I don't even know my culture. And that's the whole point of the movie, is that he finds out his culture is Irish and gets really in touch with step dancing. That's not the point of the movie, but there is like there's an underlying step.
You're hitting me with the point of the movie, yet I fear that we are missing the point of that movie.
Yes. Also, I just realized the other day that I'm pretty sure Martin Short is like the crazy leprechaun guy.
I think he is.
Or the grandpa? He's in that movie.
I think he's the grandpa.
And isn't that so weird?
Yeah, it really is. And I can't tell you what the point of the movie is. I can tell you I did have a crush on the main character.
Everyone with eyes
was really scared of leprechauns after this.
Me too.
I was really nervous about playing basketball after this.
Yeah.
And I did memorize all the words to "This Land Is Your Land" after this movie came out. Although I really like, I do remember them singing it, and then them being like, being Irish, I'm really proud. And then I think she was like indigenous or Mexican or something. And then them being like, what I am is also really proud. I'm proud of.
Yeah, they all like talked about their heritage.
They were, Disney Channel was really into their heritage flow. In 2000 to 2005, she was like, hey, every movie we come out with is going to be something based on...
It's going to be heritage.
We're going to traumatize
heavy
somebody.
On the heritage. Yeah.
We're going to traumatize somebody. So
somebody's going to get traumatized.
Apartheid?
Yeah.
Leprechauns playing basketball that want to kill you.
Yeah, crazy leprechauns. And then all of a sudden you're in like medieval times. That movie, we do need to rewatch it because I have questions.
So we're moving forward and we're talking about motocross now.
Oh,
so we're talking about how half of America was confused then watching motocross. Because motocross was, if you have not seen it, it was this young woman who wanted to motocross, wanted a dirt bike or etc.
Yep.
And they said she couldn't because she was a lady. That was back in the day when they were like, ladies can't do anything. Well, times have changed.
Definitely can't motocross.
They definitely.
But then her brother got hurt and their family was going to lose a bunch of money.
Yeah. So then they were like, okay, she cut her hair and she looked like a really like edgy lady. And then they were like,
she's actually her
you're
brother.
Like extremely good. And they were like, you should be your brother. And of course, as they do, she fell in love with her colleague, her motocross friend.
Yes.
Who was very cute. Who thought she was her
brother. That movie's crazy. But honestly, if you've never watched it, all you need to know is motocross walked so that She's the Man could run. And they are the same movie.
Hold up. Motocross walked. So that movie about the two sisters that
No, Double Team?
No,
okay,
not that movie. Remember that movie was it? Remember that movie where the two sisters were in those like cars that were like, and the girl from Seventh Heaven was in it. They were like in those little cars that were, and they were like, "Oh, you can't drag race, like you can't." Oh, you can't be in these cars. And they were like, we're in these cars. Drop in the comments if you know what the heck I'm talking about. If that movie is actually,
be in these
if that's
cars.
actually real.
It's a common theme in Disney movies.
It is like a common theme.
Girl who can't do something, so she must become her brother. I don't know.
It is a common theme. And maybe that's why, I don't know, like years later, we're all just like
why does it make
exhausted.
such good movies?
I don't know.
I'm
exhausted
and then
from
falls
seeing
in
the same
love
movie,
on the
but I
thing.
love it.
Motocross and She's the Man are the same movie.
They are
I'm
the same
saying
movie.
more. Like they are
No,
the same
because
movie.
Motocross is based on Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, which I think She's the Man
is too. Okay.
So I think it's like all the same movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, copy and paste. Then we have Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Honestly, I never watched it.
I have never seen this movie.
I've never seen it. Sorry.
Please tell us if we're missing something.
Then we have The Cheetah Girls, which of course.
Cinema.
Oh my gosh. Then we're moving into better. Pixel Perfect, which had the guy from...
I think I watched this once.
It had the guy from Phil of the Future in it.
Yep.
Yeah. And so the So Good. Then High School Musical. So you guys...
Everybody knows.
It really is something, if you're ever trying to like reminisce and go back into the future, I would recommend going on Disney Plus and watching some Disney Channel original movies because that was a time to be alive. So 19 years ago, can you believe it?
It's so true. That was the times.
I know, that was the time for real. For our next story, we're going to talk about, and by talk about, I don't even know if I have much to say because my football knowledge is still growing. But the Eagles versus the Chiefs. So the Eagles have advanced to the Super Bowl as well as the Chiefs. Go Birds. Chiefs, I don't know what your thing is, but I hope you do well.
Fly. I don't even know if that's true.
I hope you do well as well. Yeah, but I've been watching a lot of Abbott Elementary and Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so I'm very like
you
go
lived
Birds.
in Philly for a minute, so
I hope they will. Yeah, I've lived in Philly, so
on Eagles wings, you know.
Yeah, on Eagles wins. Philadelphia is the most chaotic city in the whole world, so I know they're all so excited about it. Yeah, so good luck. Who are you rooting for? Will Taylor be in attendance? And what Super Bowl snack can you not wait to eat?
Oh my gosh, these are such good questions. One on the who am I rooting for? I feel like I'm trapped in like I think I've seen this film before. And I didn't like the ending. Because really, like, we have seen the Super Bowl before, y'all. Again and again, it feels. But between the Eagles and the Chiefs, go Chiefs. Let's do it.
Are Eagles like Green Bay Packer enemies? Like, do we not like them?
Not necessarily. Not like that. Do we not like them? I love you so much.
I'm trying to learn my allegiance. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, not necessarily. I don't know. They're just kind of mean.
Okay,
so
word.
That would be
word.
I mean, as you know, like Philly is intense, and their fans are intense. Now, their fans are very intense and very dedicated, so I'm sure they'll be thrilled if they win. But honestly, I love the way that the NFL is always like, this is the first time this has been done, and whatever, you know. And like the Chiefs, this would be their fourth Super Bowl win in a row, which is really intense. And at first, I was like, I hope they don't get to the Super Bowl. But now that they're here, I'm like, just let them win, man.
Just like, let them take it.
But I know people are like, they cheat and they whatever. And I just,
maybe just let him get there.
Just let him do it.
The only thing about it is, I just like don't want to hear Travis Kelce give a speech. I don't like his speeches.
His very intense.
Like, it's like, I just don't want to hear his
nobody
speech.
Maybe give him a mic.
If they can just nobody give him a mic. Yeah, just kind of, if they're going to win, just kind of like let it happen. And
just let them win. Call it a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taylor's obviously going to be there. She was on the field after the championship this weekend. So she'll be there. And Super Bowl snacks. I don't even know what I'm doing for the Super Bowl. But top Super Bowl snack for me is buffalo chicken dip. So you know it's going to be there.
You were going to say that, dude. Because something about Jasmine is that she was a deer in a past life. Salt is her love language. You give Jasmine
everything
something salt and she will just freaking eat that mess up.
Yes.
And also her buffalo chicken dip is fantabulous.
So good. What's your snack?
Rich.
What are you hoping for?
Honestly, buffalo
chicken dip. Same thing.
If I was like at your house.
Should I send you the recipe?
And it would just be me eating it, but absolutely. And buffalo chicken dip, so good. It's amazing. It's creamy. It's just so cheesy. Chunks of chicken, you guys. Like, not even joking. So good.
That's the stuff.
So can't wait for that. Who am I rooting for? Sure, go Birds. Let's be different.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
this is actually fun. Should we do like if our team wins, the other person has to give the person something?
Okay.
Something? I don't know.
If my team wins,
a matcha?
You have to mail me some of your kids' artwork. If your team wins, I will send you and Steven money for some coffee.
Deal.
Okay.
And that's how it's done, y'all.
And that's how it's done.
Tune in in 2 weeks. I don't know.
Tune
whatever
in 2 weeks to see who won.
And we'll see.
Someone else that I'm rooting for is Kendrick Lamar because I cannot wait for that halftime show.
I am excited.
I am excited to see who shows up at that. It seems like, I mean, the halftime shows for the past couple of years have been cool, except for the weekend one was just kind of weird to me.
Was just kind of fine. I do feel like whenever a rapper, this is what my sister and I were talking about, whenever it's a rapper that is doing the show, they generally bring out a lot of people. Like Eminem was just like, who wants to come? And everybody came. So I'm curious.
Like when Usher
do you have
performed,
a guess of who? Oh my gosh.
It was kind of just like it was like all of a sudden Ludacris was there and everyone was like, that makes sense.
Usher's performance, I'm positive, will be my child's first core memory. Their first memory.
Because her sitting there like,
her. This is magical.
Agape, jaw open,
not breathe,
and like not breathing,
and
chest
same.
tight. Like it was crazy. And
that was crazy. But for real, who are you hoping for?
He announced that he was going to bring out SZA, which is going to be really cool,
amazing,
and that's going to be awesome. I think other than that, I mean, Kendrick Lamar is like pretty popular, so he has the rule of like. I mean, he could bring out anybody. And you guys, for everyone that's like, Kendrick Lamar, who's that guy? First, where have you been? Second, he's a Pulitzer Prize winning artist. Mm-hmm. Can you talk about? He's the only rap artist that has won a literal literary award. So I'm getting ready to feel some words. I'm ready. So it's going to be quite awesome. I can't even guess who he's going to bring out because I don't know, Future. I don't know. Like definitely not Drake because they were in some battle this year. So probably not that. But I can't wait.
Crazy. Maybe he'll reference it.
Most definitely because like his most popular song of this year was dissing Drake. So I honestly cannot wait for it.
Yeah, that's actually so true. Wouldn't that be crazy if he brought him up on – this is like the therapist in me.
Yeah.
Brought him up on stage and they like had reconciliation right during the
be boring. Boo. I do think that he is going to rap Not Like Us or something. Say something about Drake.
Yeah.
And then like, I don't know, something crazy is going to happen.
Restart the
Drake is already suing Universal Music Group for Not Like Us and it being popular. So honestly, I just like can't wait for it. So
it's kind of a bummer to the person that you're like beefing with to be doing the Super Bowl. Kind of.
That's exactly. I'm like, imagine there is no bigger stage than that. So I just like, I can't wait for it. So that's going to be pretty crazy. And I can't wait to eat some buffalo chicken dip in my house, in my pajamas, and be chill. So
I love that.
Can't wait for that. For our last story, I don't even know if we have time, dude. Do we even have
our last
time?
Story? We've been talking for 32 minutes. How do you feel?
I feel like we can just like say one more. I feel like we owe the people one more, but here's what I think. I think for The Bachelor, you guys, The Bachelor premieres as we are speaking right now. It is on right now. So we are going to talk about it next week. We don't have a lot to say. We're going to recap this episode. Right now, what we will say is Team Grant, because we believe that he will be
forever.
Another Joey. And I know that's kind of
really
hardcore.
Hope so, because
that's really hardcore. So. Yeah, that's hardcore because Joey has not disappointed us yet. He has consistently, even outside of The Bachelor, he has consistently
Dancing with the Stars
impressed us. He posted about how his mom used to take him to Packers games.
He's like us.
He is like us. He's a die-hard Green Bay Packers fan. He is just like a sensitive man who loves his fiance. Like you guys, I don't know. I have high hopes for Grant.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. So next week we are going to review the episode. Do not worry.
We'll chat.
For this week, though, we want to bring you a little splice of Bachelor news. And in Bachelor news, Hannah Brown and her fiance have said that they are no longer living together. Fiance Adam Woolard. According to US Magazine, they decided to just trust God. And it has really shaken up a lot of people. Hannah says, we kind of went on a journey together. I've been a believer, but I think I was really questioning a lot about my faith in God and my direction. Adam has been searching for a while, but didn't have that. Woolard, who proposed to the former Bachelorette in 2023, ultimately decided to get baptized before they both decided to get so involved in their church and really go all in. So a little bit more. We really had to get honest with like, okay, we say we want to go all in with our relationship, like completely be on fire for God. But what are the areas that we're kind of just holding back? There were a few, finances were hard for me, our relationship, blah, 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 blah. When it comes to believing and honoring what God has for marriage, and that being living together. Whoa. We have lived together since 8 months into our relationship, and we decided to just trust God, and we are not living in this house together until we get married this summer. It was obviously a big decision, very different than you, but we both separately we're having these thoughts in our prayer and just feeling the Lord call us to do this.
Well.
And it's like people are not feeling it.
Yeah.
Some people are not feeling it. Some people are like, hey, you do you, boo. Other folks are just kind of like, hey, it's making me feel bad about my own choices. And it's a tough, it's a tough little thing.
It's always tricky whenever anyone shares something like that. I feel like the main highlight to me, and what I think is interesting, is that she talked about like they were both praying kind of separately and then both kind of came to this conclusion on their own and then brought it up to each other and had a conversation. And I think it's cool to hear somebody in the pop culture world in Bachelor Nation talking about how they were like praying and discerning about their relationship, because that's just not always the tone,
Yeah.
So regardless of what this conclusion was or whatever it is, I just think it's cool that they're like, we're just trusting God's plan for our relationship, and her approach and how she talked about it in the video I saw was very not like, and this is what everyone I should be doing and everything's bad and not like really aggressive. But it was very like, this is just where we feel like we're being called right now. And I just really love that tone of at your relationship at any point, like God could be calling you to something. And even if it's not what you're currently doing, if it's a shift in it, that like to discern together and trust what God's calling you to,
Yeah, and honestly, word. And I agree. The video I saw as well, was very just kind of like, this is what we feel like God's calling us to, and this is kind of where we landed. And I think that's a beautiful thing that they were able to prayerfully discern that together and just come to a place of like, hey, what is good for our relationship and how can we glorify God in it? I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And just a word to folks that are dating other folks, if you're like, hey, how can I further glorify God in my relationship? I don't know. What does that look like for you? And are you willing to be challenged in it? Because living with someone for 8 months and then like not living with them, that's not easy peasy, dude.
It's a really intense shift. It's true.
So, yeah. So are you willing to get challenged in that?
And a note on in general in life, just because someone comes out and talks about something in their life that they're being called to does not mean they're attacking you.
Ooh.
And I think we have a hard time with that. Like, and I have to tell my kids this all the time. Like when I compliment one of you, I am not attacking the other one. Like that's not what this is. Like we're not like if you are, or if someone is sharing about something they felt called by God to do, that does not mean like, oh, so now you're bad, horrible, and that's what they think about you. Like that's just not always the tone. But I think we always are on the defensive and looking for do they mean now? So I'm just whatever. And it's like, no, she's actually just like sharing what they felt called to at that point. And like that's
oftentimes our heads are on swivel.
Yeah. And we're like,
oftentimes our heads are on swivel and we're constantly waiting to like kind of like infer as if someone's talking about us. And oftentimes it's like not about us. And the craziest thing about getting older or just being a person and growing up is just realizing that so many things are not about you and less people give a crap about you.
Like, they're not doing it to hurt you. They're
not doing it to, it's just kind of like they're not even thinking about you. And that's actually a crazy concept to think about.
It's actually okay.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of liberating to think like so many folks are just kind of doing what they feel is best. Sometimes it's not great. Sometimes it is. But it doesn't always have to do with us. So that's something to sit on.
Attack,
And that should be anti-depressing. That you can live in freedom knowing that not everything is about you.
Not everything's about you. And there's peace in that. And just like letting go and just not being offended by all things around you. Like there's peace
freedom
in that,
Yeah. Sometimes people are just having weird days. Sometimes people are having a good days. Sometimes people just don't want to talk. Sometimes people just don't want to live with their fiancés. And it could be for a deep reason. And it could be for a not deep reason. And at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with you. And so, mazel to Hannah, mazel to Adam. I'm excited for them to get married this summer, and I hope that they can truly have some good discernment and prayer these next couple months away,
Agreed.
Not living in the same home.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
Yeah. And I think
I love it.
And I think that's it.
Bachelor Nation is changing.
Yeah.
Don't mark my words.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
This is no. And you guys, we're excited for next week. We're coming to you. We're talking about The Bachelor. We know you can't wait. And it's happening. Go Grant. We'll see you guys next week because the world is a little depressing.
But we are not.
We're really not. We love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.